Sometimes, the best way to prepare for an uncertain and stormy future is by looking at how others navigated past storms. In this series, Wisdom of the Past, I explore the wisdom of prominent historical figures, voices that may no longer be with us, but whose insights on fighting oppression and injustice remain deeply relevant today. Welcome to the channel. Today, I focus on the words of Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison was more than just a writer. She was a visionary, a literary force who used language to empower, to challenge, and to liberate. Her words were not just ink on paper, but a call to action, a demand for truth, and a pathway to freedom. Toni Morrison's books are now included on banned book lists across the United States. You know what I think about book bans. When a book is banned, that's when I want to read it even more. I can't tell you how many books I've purchased from banned lists as gifts for my loved ones during holidays and celebrations. My belief is simple. If a book is being censored, there must be something in it that some people don't want us to know. And that, to me, is all the more reason to read it. I encourage you to be just as curious and skeptical about censorship. Well, beyond her novels, Ms. Morrison left us with powerful speeches, words of wisdom that serve as a guide for how to face the challenges ahead. We are constantly bombarded with fear, through the news, through the media. But what we really need are action plans. What do we do? How do we prepare? How do we persevere? These are the questions that need answers, yet it often feels like no one in power is willing to provide them. But you know who did? Figures from the past, because they lived through it. They saw it. They survived it. I've paraphrased key moments from Ms. Morrison's speeches, her calls to action, her guidance on what to watch for, and her advice on protecting our energy while supporting each other through difficult times. I hope these excerpts bring you light, beloved. Oppressive language does more than depict violence. It actually embodies violence. It goes beyond merely illustrating the limits of knowledge. It constrains knowledge itself. Whether it's the harmful language used in unethical laws or language that alienates minorities while disguising its racist origins, such language must be challenged, transformed, and brought to light. Language that is sexist, racist, or rooted in religious dominance exemplifies ways of speaking that uphold authority and obstruct new knowledge or genuine exchange of ideas. For example, the traditional understanding of the Tower of Babel narrative typically views its collapse as a misfortune, associating confusion with punishment, and seeing difference as a fundamental divide among people. However, this perspective often overlooks another important aspect, the metaphor of diversity. The real takeaway might be that the existence of different languages didn't represent an inability to communicate, but rather a reluctance to do so. The true failure lies in not recognizing differences, failing to investigate, learn from, or appreciate them. Differences should not be seen as barriers. They don't justify domination, oppression, or the alienation of others. Ultimately, the purpose of freedom is to liberate others. When you land those impressive jobs you've worked so hard for, remember that your real responsibility is bigger than just personal success. If you have freedom, use it to help free someone else. If you hold any power, your job is to uplift others, not just yourself. Success isn't about personal gain alone. We must be mindful of the impact of our words and actions. Language can be used to oppress or to elevate. It's up to us to choose wisely. Your life already holds artistic value. The challenge is to shape it into something meaningful, something only you can create. I realize what truly helped me when I was younger. Instead of focusing only on what I wanted to do, I thought deeply about how I wanted to live. I decided I wanted to live with honesty and courage. I wanted to be consistent, kind, and accountable for my choices. Most of all, I wanted to be as free as possible. And then I understood something important. Real freedom isn't about avoiding responsibility. It's about choosing which responsibilities matter most. So don't run from the weight of your own life. Carry it with intention, make it meaningful, and in doing so, you will create your own version of freedom. We all face the reality of death. That's simply part of being alive. But what sets us apart is our ability to use language. That's what truly defines us. Language allows us to give meaning to things that might otherwise feel overwhelming or unknowable. It isn't just a tool, it's an act of reflection, creation, and connection. Stories shape us at the same moment we create them. So don't just repeat what others say. Tell us your truth, what you've seen, what you've lived, what the world has been to you in both its darkest and brightest moments. Don't dictate what we should believe or fear. Instead, show us what belief looks like and reveal how fear unravels. Be cautious of praise from those in power. Their interests are rarely the same as ours. Speak with purpose. Write with honesty. Because one day, when the voices of the past return to us, they won't ask about your status, titles, or wealth. They'll ask about your words. This is your life. Make sure your story is worth remembering. Toni Morrison's words live on, not just in her books, but in the way they continue to inspire, challenge, and transform us. Let her wisdom be a guide. Let her lessons remind us that language is power, that success is shared, that freedom comes with responsibility, and that our stories, our voices, matter. If you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. Like, share, and comment with a Toni Morrison quote that inspires you the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like more wisdom from the past videos, like this one, check out this video next.